What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hurt Business Podcast. My name's Ferris, and today I'm excited for my guest, my first chance of talking to this fine gentleman. He is Tom Pags, fighting out of the New England Cartel out of Haverhill, Massachusetts. How we doing today, Tom?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, dude. Tough day of training today. I seen a coach post on his story. Everybody looked beat.
All days are tough days. Yeah, Tyson's picking it up a little bit. We're getting some tough goes in. Trying to just push that threshold in the training room so we can feel that in the fight. You know what I mean? When things get hard, it's gonna be easy for us.
Hell yeah, dude. What's it like being in a camp with the guy like Rob, who's getting ready for a big fight in a few months? What's it like seeing that firsthand for you?
Well, kind of used to it now. It used to be like like a special thing. It's still special, but it's like I don't know. It's just like that's the standard now. You know what I mean? What these guys are doing, that's what I hold myself to those same standards. And it's cool to see like their journey, the way they came up, and just seeing them work hard in the room. You know, it just motivates me even more.
Do you feel like it gives you an advantage compared to some of these other guys fighting under the regional scene?
Yeah, a little bit. It kind of gives you that like you're always getting quality work. You know what I mean? It's always a hard push. You're always working hard and good guys in the room. But at the end of the day, it's me and my opponent in the ring, and it's on me to get it done. So, but yeah, it definitely gives me a little edge, I think.
Yeah. What was it like your first time being there live for a fight night in the corner for a Calvin Cater or Rob Font? What was it like your first one?
So I haven't actually been in the corner with them, but I did go to the Apex shows. It was Rob and Jose Aldo was my first one. It was crazy, especially at the Apex. That small crowd, you hear everything, every punch, every kick. It's definitely nerve-wracking when they fight, man. I get more nervous for them than my own fights, but it's crazy. It seems much more attainable when you're there in
Mhm.
person and you see these guys, especially the prelims and stuff. It's like it's not all that different, you know what I mean? The lights are just a little brighter and guys making more money, you know? So
Yeah.
it's not too different, but it's cool to be there in person for sure.
Yeah. How was it like being there a few weeks ago when Nick took the stage?
It was cool, man. It was cool to just kind of see like the second coming, you know what I mean? It was me and him in there doing our thing all week at the PI. And it was cool, man, just seeing that's my best friend. So seeing him kind of chase his dream and starting to achieve it, it's cool to see.
Yeah, dude, I can imagine. Did you guys meet like training at Tyson's gym or did you guys meet prior?
So we kind of met through Rob. I always knew who Nick was. I was actually my first MMA show I ever went to, or one of them. It was Nick's amateur debut. I hadn't really been training yet. I maybe had a month of training. So I saw him and I heard about him through some people. I was like, man, this kid's a killer. And then we came up the amateur ranks and stuff, and he went pro. And then right around then, the pandemic happened and shit, and I was looking for some people to train with. So I linked up with him and started going to the gym he was training at the time. We would just work with each other one on one. He'd do some grappling stuff for me, and we'd hold pads for each other. And then pandemic happened. We started going to the boxing gym in Haverhill, and we would just go there in the day, just the two of us. I have a key to the place. We just beat each other up in the boxing ring, and then we have a little wrestling mat in there and do some grappling. And then we just clicked, and then we kind of formed the team we have now. And it's me, Tyson, Rob, and Calvin. And yeah, I think we all started consistently training together as a group probably like 2020. But yeah, man, it's been good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's great to see one guy do it, but when you do it like together with a friend and somebody who you enjoy being around, I'm sure it just feels all that much sweeter.
Yeah, man, we're that's the perks of having that small team. You know, there's only four fighters, and we're all close, man. It's like a family. When one of us wins, we win together. When we lose, it's like we go through that together. It's not like we're guys who go back to like a day job after or something. You know, it's like we're all in on this together. So we feel those emotions a little stronger.
I had Tyson on a few days ago on my show, and I asked him kind of his from his perspective, the perks and the downfalls of a big gym versus small gym. For you as a student, what's the best feeling of having a small gym?
Yeah, I think the best part is when one of us is in camp, it's like we're kind of focused on that guy. We kind of run it like a boxing style camp where like the fighter is the priority, you know what I mean? These big gyms, it's like you have so many guys you got to juggle. It's like not everyone can get the attention they need. So I think that's a huge perk. it's easier to control the room, I think, for Tyson. You know what I mean? It's like it's just a few of us. It's easy to really focus in on what we're all doing and run a thorough practice. And it's just like that connection we all get to. We're all just close here. You know what I mean? It's not like we're in a room with 40 dudes trying to figure out like who's our guy, who's not. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's just that tight group of guys. So it's I like it. I like the way we do it.
I bet. Are you and Rob and Nick getting burgers and stuff, or some protein shakes post workouts together?
Sometimes, man, me and Nick will go hit there's a market basket right by the gym. We
Yeah.
normally stop there, pick some stuff up, but no, we try and keep it pretty clean for the most part. But we all get together and stuff outside the gym sometimes and watch some fights or something.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely a lot of the perks of being in that small gym setting. So 5-1, your pro career. I hate that we're gonna do this, but I kind of want to talk about your one loss first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because it is a loss, but I was talking to Tyson and he was saying you broke your leg in the first round or something, and I kind of want to hear about it from your perspective.
Yeah, I broke my foot, my third and fourth metatarsal in my foot. I threw a stupid kick like 30 seconds in. I remember moving around, like just feeling kid out, fainting a little bit, and like kind of picked up on some things. And I was like, all right, I think I got some patterns locked in. And then threw a left high kick, and it caught him on the elbow. And I thought I dislocated my toes at first, so I was like, ah, shit. So I was like kind of stepping on it a tiny bit, trying to like pop them back in. And I was like, oh shit, this is my whole foot's broken. And I take a step and I could feel the two bones that were broken kind of shifting back and forth. So I was like, well, that's not good. Like it was hard to like sit on my punches. I couldn't really shoot. So I was like, I'm just gonna try and keep moving, you know what I mean? Taking for a walk, and kind of just got me flat. Ended up getting my leg chewed up a little bit. Um, I took it to a split decision still, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
not my best performance, but I learned a lot, and I think it made me who I am today for sure.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to go the full, like you injure your foot, you break your foot in the first 30 seconds and then still go the full 15 minutes. I mean, how do you even stand up? Like a normal
Yeah,
person
it's
would not
crazy,
do that.
man. It's adrenaline's a hell of a drug. As soon as we got to that locker room, I sat down. I was like, "Oh shit, I can't walk." I had Tyson putting me on his back, carrying me out to the car.
Oh,
Rob and
goodness.
his girl were fucking walking me into the shower that night. Definitely one of the lowest points of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just feeling so like immobilized and just vulnerable. But man, that's the game we play. That's the risk we take. We took that on 2 days' notice, and I just fought the weekend before too. And I was like, I show up to the gym Friday morning. Tyson was like, "You want to fight Sunday?" I was like, "Man, let me go to the bathroom and think about it." And I came out, and I was just like, "Fuck it, let's do
Yeah.
it." And so it went how it went. Like I said, I learned a lot from it. I think it made me a better fighter. I think it's something that needed to happen. You know what I mean? See a lot of these guys get into the UFC undefeated, and it's like learning how to lose there. You know what I mean? I kind of learned how to deal with that outside the UFC. I felt it as an amateur, so yeah, it is what it is. I'm over it. I moved on, put two together after it, and just got better.
How were you able to shift your mind into that? All right, a loss is a loss. It is what it is. I can shift this, like you said, in a way to get better. How were you able to mentally take that?
Yeah, I mean, I had some time to sit on it. That's the other part that sucks is you get hurt too. You know what I mean? It's not just a loss. Now I can't train. I got to rehab this foot for a couple months. I ended up tearing my knee as soon as I got back too, so I was out a little longer. So I had a lot of time to kind of work on the mental game, and I think a big thing for me was kind of like fighting was always my identity. I think it was like before that, I was like, it's this or nothing. It's like losing was like the biggest thing in the world. Like, oh man, like fuck, it's over for me. You start getting all these crazy thoughts. But kind of just having more fun with it. It's like the result's going to be the result. You can't treat the win and the loss all that differently. You get too high
Yeah.
on the wins, it's like you get distracted, and now you're not doing what you need to do. You sit on those losses too hard. It's like, man, they can tank you or they can make you better. So just learn how to play the mental game a little more, man, and not put so much pressure on myself. I know I work hard. I just got to go in there and have fun. And I felt what it's like to go back to the locker room and be like, damn, I think I could have done a little more. So now I'm never gonna let that happen again. When shit gets hard. I remember what that feels like. My fight after that, I actually was caught in a pretty tight rear naked choke against the kid I was fighting, and I almost tapped. Like it was tight. He had me good. And I remember telling myself, like in that little moment, like, nah, fuck that. Like we felt this before. I'm not feeling that again. Like I know how bad losing sucks. So I truly believe that experience helped me in that moment. And I got out and ended up choking that kid. So Yeah, the tough moments, they can either make you or break you, but so how you approach it.
Yeah, and you've been a lifelong competitor, right? You did wrestling before you got into MMA. Is that
Yeah,
is that competitive spirit always been engraved in you?
100%. I think so. Man, I started wrestling, I think, in like third or fourth grade, and did it right up until my first semester of sophomore year of college, and then I
Wow.
kind of just stopped to focus on fighting. So I think I always kind of fell short of my goals in wrestling. I was like third in the state a couple of times, losing the semis of fucking states every year in high school, and it would drive me nuts. And I think fighting kind of gave me a chance to like, all right, I'm gonna like do this right and train like a professional. Not that I wasn't training right as a wrestler, but I did some things wrong. I think I cut too much weight and I
Mm,
cut all the weight wrong. That's for sure. Anyone who knew me could tell you that.
mm,
So now it was like a second chance. You know what I mean? Like I've always liked combat sports. I've always just been competitive and always just wanted to see how good I can be at something. So fighting's kind of given me that.
And was it always wrestling for you before fighting? Did you ever take like a JIT class or like a striking, boxing, anything like that?
No, it was always just wrestling. I played like, well, actually, I shouldn't. I'm lying. I got black belt in Kempo karate when I was like 13. I did that shit when I was little up until I was like
Sick.
13. Got that. Did a little point sparring and stuff, but I stopped that to focus on wrestling. I played some baseball, football, all those little sports in like middle school and stuff, but wrestling was always my main thing. I did that year round since I was little, so that's always been the one. But no striking really before that.
Yeah, wow. And you talked about the weight cut as a kid. What did that look like? How were you doing it so wrong? What's like the absolute not weight cut moves?
Yeah, so I would wrestle at 126 my senior year of high
Ooh.
school. I was like 5'10", 5'11", like I am now. I'm a little taller now, but I was tall for 126. And I'd walk around like 143, like 146. In wrestling, you're making weight every Wednesday and Saturday. You know what I mean? For like 3 or 4 months, a 4 month season. So it's like you make weight and then you got to eat, and I got to make weight again. And I just would dehydrate myself. It's like the way we do it in fighting, it's way easier and it's way smarter, but you're pretty much just dehydrating yourself for 4 months and blowing up on the weekends. I'd wrestle in a tournament Saturday and I just go out and smash some food, some shitty food, put on a bunch of weight, and then Monday rolls around, I'm like 140 again. I'm like, shit, I gotta get back down to 26 for Wednesday. Dude,
Goodness.
I did all kinds of stupid things, put some stupid shit in my body to make the weight, just like dumb things.
Yeah.
So won't do that ever again.
I mean, most kids are just going to BK, right? Just getting a burger. That they don't have to cut weight and
Yeah.
make weight for Saturday wrestling matches. So that's crazy to me. What position did you play in football? I was a big football guy growing up myself.
Man, I was small. They had me all over the place. I was wide receiver,
Okay.
cornerback, safety. Shit, I think I even played tight end in like sixth grade. But I was small. It was funny. I would just like shoot a double leg, take guys down at my knees, so my coach loved it. But I was scrappy, but I was never like, I don't know, those just weren't my sports, those ball sports, baseball. Like I was all right at baseball, but man, something about like these combat sports clicked for
Mm.
me.
Did you prefer like the one-on-one aspect versus having a whole squad of 11 different guys that can ride out on the field for you?
Yeah, definitely. I like the aspect of like, all right, it's on me. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
go out here and do this my way and get it done my way. And something about just like physically manipulating someone, you know what I mean? Versus like these other sports are hard. Like hitting a baseball is hard and stuff, but like I don't know, I just something about one on one, like man to man, fucking figuring out a way to just physically dominate someone that just clicks for me.
Yeah. What was
It
your
sounds a little
influence?
crazy.
Hey man, you're a fighter, bro. This is the mindset. This is what we all tune in to listen to. Uh, what were your early influences? You got into it at third grade. What led you to that?
My dad, pretty much. I was in karate, and he brought up the idea of wrestling. He wrestled in high school and did some like club wrestling at college, I'm pretty sure. So I was like, yeah, let's try it. So he signed me up. He actually helped coach a little bit, and I fell in love. I don't know. I kind of whatever they signed me up for, I'd ride it out until like, even if I didn't like it, I don't really quit things. I was like, I'm gonna just do it. But
Yeah.
I just kept coming back for wrestling. I sucked, man. Like I used to get smashed when I was little. Like I wasn't this scrappy kid. I was kind of soft, like so. It definitely I had some learning to do, and just got put my dad put me around killers up at Smitty's Barn in New Hampshire. It's a real good wrestling club, um, and I just around killers there all the time. And you stay around them long enough, you become one. So Matt Smith, shout out to him, kind of instilled that mindset in me of just like that hard work, the grind of wrestling, and it definitely made me the fighter I am today.
Yeah, well, shout out the Smiths and their wrestling program that they got going on. Uh, what's next for you, Tom? When could we look forward to seeing you hop in the octagon again?
Yeah, I think we got something planned for March. I don't know. I've had a couple different dates back and forth thrown at me, so um, yeah, March, middle of March, something good coming. Just another step in the right direction, but definitely in March for sure. Fingers
Yes,
crossed.
yes, sir. Fingers crossed. I know CES has a card March 18th. Is that the one we're
They have
potentially looking
one.
at?
I know Combat Zone's got a little thing going, a big show in the works. I think it's gonna be in Boston too, which would be cool. Massachusetts
Yes,
Combat Zone
sir.
instead of New Hampshire. But yeah, one or the other. Whoever can get me in there.
Yeah, that dude, I can't wait to see that. When I talked to Coach T about you and his excitement levels and him not wanting to rush your inevitable call up, how excited are you for that one day? Because it feels like in entertainment, there's always that like moment where you kind of just go to the next level and just break through a little bit. How excited are you for that moment?
Yeah, it's all part of the plan. Like you said, I'm not trying to rush it. I'm 5-1. I'm young. I'm 25. I still got some growing to do. I'm just trying to develop. You know what I mean? Let's see who they got to throw at me next. I just want to see what's what. Throw a good guy at me and let's see what happens. So I just want to keep beating these guys up, and when I feel I'm ready, when T feels I'm ready, I think the call will come at that time. When it comes, man. Calvin always tells me just keep doing what I'm doing and they won't be able to deny me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just keep working hard and winning these fights. And yeah, man, when I break through, I'm gonna break through. I'm getting there to stay. I'm not just trying to get there and just be a guy that said I made it to the UFC. I'm trying to get there and climb those ranks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You heard it here. Dude, that makes me so fucking excited. I know it's coming up for you, and I'm pumped to watch that journey come for full circle. Another thing that Tyson told me, and I hate to keep referring to this interview, but Tyson told us a lot about you. He said that you're so focused, you're so locked into this fighting life, and has to tell you constantly, go get a milkshake, go have a good time. What are things you like to do outside of fighting?
Yeah, I get a little caught up. I'm figuring out the balancing of this whole thing. I tend to overtrain a bit. I'll freak out about eating like if it's not like perfect food for me. I don't know. I get a little crazy about it. So I'm definitely kind of normalizing myself a little more. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
trying to fit in with society here. But I'm into like motorcycles and stuff, man. Right now, I'm working on a motorcycle. I'm building a '96 Sportster chopper. Me and my buddy have been working on it. So stuff like that, man. Like I think that's important to have. Like I said before, my whole identity used to just be like fighting, but now I'm having these things outside of fighting and even making groups of friends who don't even like watch fighting. You know what I mean? Like that's the best. Like shit to them, I'm just Tom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just this dude who likes motorcycles and stuff and hanging out. So stuff like that, man. It's if I'm not training, I've been in my garage working on this bike, and I don't know, I love it, man. I love motorcycles for sure. So those two things.
Yeah. Do you ride often?
I do. I got a 600 sport bike that I've been riding a Triumph Daytona
Oh,
675. So I've been riding that for what 2 years now. It's pretty crazy. I started riding motorcycles, I think, in 2020, like over the pandemic. I think I got my first bike. It's fun. I love it, man. But this is my first Harley, first chopper build. My
okay.
my brother-in-law has some cool builds that he does and kind of encouraged me to get one. So it's fun, man. I love it.
I bet I've been seeing on your Instagram stories like these new pieces and seeing you with like welding machines. And I was always curious. I wanted to ask you. I thought you were building like the next like workout equipment or something of that nature. But dude, motorcycles is so much cooler.
Yeah, man, it's definitely fun. I'm learning a lot. Think you can do pretty much everything but weld and paint for the most part. So I'm just learning as I go. I got some good help. Got some good friends who have a wealth of information and are learning with me. So yeah, it's cool, man. I like it.
How much does it suck being out here in this cold New England where you can only ride like what 6 months of the year,
I
8 months
know.
of the year?
It's brutal, man. If that, jeez, it's tough, but it's kind of nice in the winter 'cause now, like, you want to do a project like this, you don't have to like. I feel like if everyone was out riding right now, I'd be like, shit, this sucks. I gotta get this bike finished, but it's like you got all
True.
winter to work on it, and it's kind of nice. Everyone around in New England, like they work on their winter projects and stuff, and we get to see it in the spring, the early summer. So it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, well, we'll see everybody popping out, including you, with the new bikes and the new hot rides this summer. Look, Tom, I think this is a good place to end it. I really appreciate the time, bro. It was a pleasure meeting you, chopping it up. Also, congratulations on the engagement, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I'm
Yes, sir.
excited. 9 years in the making, so it's she's a keeper.
Yes, sir. Well, congrats to both you guys. Look forward to that future and you seeing you back in the octagon in the short future.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.